Hi there everyone, it's Matt from Toys R Us. Today we're going to be test driving the 3-litre CRD Jeep. This is the first year, it's a 05. This is the first year they came out with these in production. You actually get a 2.7 Laredo inline 5 produced in the same year, so don't get that mixed up. You get the 3-litre and the 2.7 came out in the same year, but they stopped it stopped at 2.7 in 05, and they started producing the 3-litre. This engine is actually, it does the consumption's a little bit better than the 2.7. It's putting out, instead of 120 kilowatts, it's got 160 now, and it's putting out a massive 510 newton meters of torque, which means you can tow 3.5 tons, which is quite impressive, especially nowadays. The police are really enforcing these towing laws, and they're gonna check all the cars. So this kind of thing that is going to be enforced. So you need to have a car which can tow the capacity of your boat or your load or your caravan or whatever it is. This is very well spec'd. I mean, this has it's got heated seats, park distance control in the rear, obviously aircon. It's got a six disc shuttle for those long trips. This being a cruiser with its consumption being at about 10.6 now, it actually you'll do really well on the long distance. Won't have to stop so much. Automatic, obviously Tiptronic, so you can go up and down. It does have a 4-wheel low button over here, so it does have a 4x4 capabilities. These Jeeps are actually very underrated for their off-roading. I mean, taking a couple of Jeeps off-road and they don't stop performing, really. Especially this low-range gearing. I mean, it's all-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive all the time. So there is no 2-wheel drive option. There's only a 4-wheel low, and that would be your 4x4, like I said. Electric seats, 2 memories, which is really helpful if you're sharing a car. You know, if you're a wife and you drive it on the weekend and your husband drives it during the week, or vice versa, it's really helpful. All-round electric windows, also another feature. I think it comes standard on most Jeeps. Very smooth, much smoother than the 2.7. It does the V6 does bring the consumption down a bit, and it does make it a bit of a smoother ride and less noisy. But these new Jeeps are very refined. I mean, the 2.7 has its places, but this 3-litre is very nice. Cruise control, obviously, it's got the multifunctional steering buttons here, so you can, you know, change the music, turn the music volume up. If I was listening to something, there you go. Static.
This is East Coast Radio
Turn it
News.
down, obviously change the channels. Cruise control, very well spec. Everything you need. Obviously, it doesn't have all the DVD players and stuff like that, but everything you need for a family touring car. You know, if you like going to, you know, long trips with a big boat, you know, this is really comfortable. As you can see, it's got the 4 leather seats, very comfortable seats as well. That's all round, so the kids will also be comfortable. Lots of boot space. The back seats fall down flat as well, so very useful, practical car. Let's have a look around the car now that we've gone for the test drive. Starting at the back, you can see that you've got the glass which opens, which is helpful if you've only got small parcels to put in, like one bag or something. Really useful. Like I said earlier, big boot space. You can see with the optional dry and wet conversion there. I mean, you can see, you can just turn it over, then if you've got a wetsuit or something wet, you can chuck it in there and it won't make your car smell. It's very easy. Like I said earlier, the seats fold flat down. Parcel slot just pops out as well. So you've got all the space to use. Very comfortable leather seats. No cuts, no tears, no nothing. Still very clean. You can see the drinks holders here for passengers.
How are these tires, Matt?
Not going to need a new set of tyres. You can see you've got plenty of tread on them. As you can see, we've got wood grain finish. The electric seats, all working. Actually, awesome seat these. You can see they're not cut or torn or anything. With the Jeep embroidered in them, actually very nice. Very clean, easy to use, non-cluttered interior. You can see the low range here. Just automatic, normal automatic box. Ashtray, obviously. And you can see you got your aircon here. As you can see, you got the multifunctional controls on the steering here, and on the back, like I showed earlier, just by pushing buttons you can change the stations and the volume and stuff. Cruise control, these are your settings here. Dual climate control, passenger and driver. Let's have a look at the 3-liter V6. 160 kilowatts, 510 Newton meters of torque. You can tow up to 3.5 tons. Which, like I said earlier, is important nowadays. They're enforcing those laws, so have a good look at the load you're carrying. Very clean, you can see, very neat.